Yes.
Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat.
It's Steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
That's right, it is Throwback Thursday. And on this day I like to dig deep into the crates, go back to the days of yesteryear and play you some classic hits. Now this next song is from 1992 and this is Nice and Smooth, and the song is Sometimes I Rhyme Slow, Sometimes I Rhyme Quick, that song. Now there's not a lot that I found out about Nice and Smooth. I think I knew one other song by them, and that is Funky For You and Hip Hop Junkies. I think I knew those two songs, but after that, you know, once we're getting into the 90s, later into the 90s, the 90s are a blur to me. So I don't know much more of their songs. Now, the one good thing about Nice and Slow, or Sometimes I Rhyme Slow, is that they sampled Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, and the song just worked for some reason. I mean, it was good lyrics, it was a good sample, it was a nice little kind of upbeat kind of song type of thing, but yeah, great song. So let's take a look at what this song did on the charts. And Balemo, it went to number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 17 on the US R&B, and number 1 on the US Rap Songs or Singles. So that's pretty good. That was their biggest hit that they had, because it only shows them charting between 1990 and 1997. So that's it. So if you like videos like this and others on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So without any further ado, here is Nice and Smooth and Sometimes I Rhyme Slow.
Kick the ballistics, G!
Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Sometimes I rhyme slower, sometimes I rhyme quick. I'm sweeter and thicker than a Chico stick. Here's an ice cream cone, honey, take a lick. I'll go to Bay Plaza and catch a flick. Want my Timberland boots so I can stomp ticks. Scandalous, get a whiff for this miss. Just left the yard, boy, now I'm blessed. I feel good, per se, good state of mind. Drive a red Sterling and the seats recline. I love it when a late tea treats me kind. Go to tavern on the green and have a glass of wine. He say, she say, I heard it through the grapevine. No static, got an automatic. Too much of anything makes you an addict. Teasing, skeezing, also pleasing. Don't ask why, I got my own reason. Smooth beat, bread, nice, slick, nick, click. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. 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 I was on 125 in St. Nick, waiting on a cab, standing in the rain, under my heart, 3 clouds of pain. She got the best of me, what was her destiny? Maybe I should lick her with my 9mm. My mind is in a blur, cause you can never pay me to think this would occur. Me and this girl, Jane Doe, was living together. We were inseparable, no one could sever. At least that's what I thought, but later I fought with a substance and almost ended up in Supreme Court. When I was on the road doing shows, getting ends, she was in my Benz getting snippy with her friends. And even when she crashed my whip, I didn't flip. My man Slick Nick said, Smooth, you're starting to slip. Time went on, I started noticing weight loss. Then I had to ask her, was she riding a white horse? At first she said no. Then she said, yo, Smooth, I'm sorry, but I keep having visions of snow, I need blow. And I said, whoa, little hottie, I'm not DeLorean, Gambino, or Gotti. I don't deal coke, and furthermore, you're making me broke. I'll put you in a rehab and I won't tell your folks. And what do you know? In 18 months she came home and I let her back in. And now she's sniffing again. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Sometimes I rhyme
Okay. So I guess you could call this song a New Jack beat song, which is fine because it's not a normal like hip hop beat, but this is 92, so you're dealing with like between 88 and maybe 93. You're dealing with the New Jack Swing. Also, the Tracy Chapman sample doesn't hurt it at all. Now, I noticed certain things when he said scandalous. That was a reference to Prince. Prince, and the song Scandalous off of the Batman soundtrack. I love that song. That was in the first verse. The second verse is more like a story, and I kind of could remember that. It's like he had a hottie, he noticed she was getting skinnier. He asked her if she was doing, and she said no, and then she said yes, and then he's like, you know what, I'll put you in rehab and I won't tell your folks. She gets out 18 months later, he lets her back into his life, and then she's back on the white horse. And it's like,
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Man, I'm surprised the song only had 2 verses, but there was a lot within those verses. I could have liked more, but again, it's too late because that was 1992, and now we're in 2023. So that was a long time ago, but it still did what it had to do for the time, for the culture. This wasn't. This is a different than. Here are guys, and that's what's different about the 90s, where there was a little bit more. There was the gangster rap, of course, but then you still had the conscious raps, and this is one of those ones where they weren't drug dealers. They just happened, the one just happened to know somebody who was addicted to drugs. So it wasn't about slanging that rock and calling women bitches and everything else like that. No, this was conscious rap. I might put this in the vein of maybe, if you want to, like Arrested Development's Tennessee, even though Tennessee was a little bit more hard-headed. Yeah, I love Tennessee. I love the Arrested Development. But, yeah, they were great. And, that's the whole point, is that, there were certain conscious rappers that were around. You had the Pete Rock and CL Smooth and everything else like that. And there was a time for them, and then all of a sudden, nobody wanted that type of rap. Or the mainstream people were saying like, we don't want this stuff. We want the stuff that's edgy and dangerous. And I want them to slang that rock. I want them to hate the cops. I want them to hate the establishment. I want them to do this and that. And, when mainstream, tries to mold music, that's when we have an issue. And, it's just like right now when you have and I hate to get political in any way, but I think my statement is going to be political. When you have certain news outlets nowadays, they're not really just giving you the news. They're giving you news and commentary. And when you have certain, news outlets, there's an agenda to them. And you'll notice that everyone that's affiliated with that outlet will almost be saying the same exact things. It's just different people saying them. There has to be like a script that goes out that says, anybody on our network that's affiliated with our network, you're going to lead with this particular thing, and you're going to use these particular talking points. And news has changed from, back in the day, even in the 60s, the problem with what was going on in the 60s and early 70s is that we weren't getting as much information as we wanted. And in the 60s is when they started, Vietnam got brought into people's homes and they were actually seeing things. And then things started to become censored. And then, it started becoming political. And then, everything changed from there on. So, if you are still here after that little rant, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment.